Hey friends, you're listening to This Quote Changed My Life, a podcast about inspired action. My name is Tracy and I'm the host of the show. It is so nice to be back with you all for the podcast. If you've been listening regularly, you would have known that I took a little podcast break at the start of the coronavirus isolation period. I just felt it was important to listen to what we needed as a family at that time and also be really mindful of content I wanted to put out there while the world was basically falling apart. Long story short, after about a month, I felt a bit more settled and I really missed talking to you all, so here I am. Today's quote is a brand new one, so let's get stuck into it. The quote is, "Make sure you're happy in real life, not just for the internet." Now friends, this might age me, but I've been an internet user for about 24 years now. Wow. I actually had to calculate that and think back to when I first fired up that 56k modem. But anyway, even though I love the internet, it's given me work. I found my husband online on a Radiohead message board. Our kids are now learning online via their schools, and I'm always on Instagram. Even after all of that, I am very aware that my happiness is never tied into the pixels on my screen. That's not to say that there's never been times where I feel suckered into hours of endless scrolling my Instagram feed and wanting to take a nice picture to add to my own feed. As a photographer, and I guess as a creative person, it's really easy to want to curate your social media to create a happy selection of photos to look back on later. And that's all good too. I know that I'm not taking photos of our worst days. There's a lot that goes on within our family that never makes it to social media. So I'm all for keeping things private and light and happy and inspiring online. But are you also making sure that you're experiencing joy because it's what you wanted to do? Are you having those memory-making moments and not whipping out your camera and trying to get the best angle? Or worse yet, asking people to hold on a second or do it again so you can capture it on video? And I say this again as someone who has literally taken thousands of photographs and videos in her lifetime, maybe even millions at this point. I love a great photo and to capture a memory so I can share it with my family and friends, but the joy doesn't just exist in the sharing. The joy is born from those moments, and that's the important part. Those memories you build are stored deep within your subconscious for you to recall in the future, like a secret. It's special, it's unique, it's your unique experience, and it's your own little happy place. So I think that's really what I take away from this quote. Make sure you're happy in real life, not just for the internet. Because having a family of my own now, I am so grateful that my childhood in the late 80s and into the 90s was spent offline. There was no internet for me until around 1995. And that experience has given me the insight on how I want to parent in this modern world now. How I want my children to understand what true happiness is and what true value is. So how do you stay mindful using social media? I think it comes down to values. What do I value more right now? Would it matter if I didn't post this photo on the internet? Could I keep my phone tucked away and just experience what is happening right in front of me? Would the people around me appreciate it if I didn't stick a camera into this experience with them right now? Is this a moment I want to absorb fully? Am I organizing experiences for the fun of it or for the photo of it? Am I doing this because I want to be there or because it makes me look cooler or funner or smarter on the internet? All of these little questions come down to this. Are you experiencing your own life through your own eyes or through a camera lens? Is your happiness tied to responses from people on the internet, or is your own happiness coming from within? Once I knew where my true happiness lies, I stopped caring so much about capturing every detail of every day and sharing it online with everyone. My happiness is lazy afternoons in our yard, listening to our music, going on walks, and chalk drawing with my kids. My happiness is cooking a good meal for my family and sharing it at the table. My happiness is spending hours on Illustrator drawing graphics that no one ever sees. My happiness is going on photo walks with my youngest son and watching him bend down on one knee to get that perfect photo. If you can balance happiness online and off, that is awesome. I think it's definitely possible to share most things and create a happy life also, but it's always a great idea to know when you're starting to feel like something's missing, that people aren't seeing the real side of you anymore, and your feed looks like a fairy tale because your insides don't match up. That's where the work needs to start. I'd love for you to think about this quote. Make sure you're happy in real life, not just for the internet, and let me know whether you resonate with it too. Come and find me on Instagram under Make Sunshine Co, or on my website makesunshine.org. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know how you were doing and whether there's a quote that really made a difference in your life, especially in these weird times. Stay safe, stay home if you can, and I will speak to you next week.